Hello, my name is Joshua Mason, and you are plugged into the Wine Outlet. We just finished up a Friday tasting. This is the first Friday of the month, so we did a little First Craft Friday where we did almost all craft beer. We made an exception for one little gem that I love personally. This is a little Shiraz out of South Australia. This is from the winemakers Sarah and Sparky Marquis. This is called Mollydooker. Mollydooker is an Australian term for a left-handed person, to which both winemakers are left-handed. And if you look closely enough at the label here, you can't see it too well. It kind of cuts off. But both boxing gloves are for left-handed people. Anyway, this is 100% Shiraz out of South Australia. It's 65% out of McLaurin Vale, 35% out of Langhorne Creek. It is a full, just boisterous little Shiraz. That's great. I mean, it's a full-bodied effort with a little bit of spice and a lot of good flavor. This is the new vintage. It's 2013. So we're going to take a look at this here real quick. Just came on the shelves and see what it smells like. All right. A little bit earlier we had the comment that there's some kind of like a buttered popcorn component, and you can definitely get that, especially after tasting a lot of the beers. Now, if you have them without the beers, it's a little bit more faint with the buttered popcorn, but you get a little bit more fruit. You get some really, really ripe raspberry and blueberry. It's a little bit of blackberry. It's just an unctuous wine. You can tell right off the bat. Let's see what it tastes like. Big fruit comes up to you right up front, and also it is a little hot. It is 16% alcohol, but for something that should exemplify what Australia really means, this is a great example. Well too often we're reminded of crap wines that come out of there, like Yellowtail or Melee Point, both from the Casella family, the same juice bottled under different labels. This is opposite of that. This is really good juice. It's high quality. It's complex. It has layered flavors. You get a little bit of spice component with pepper. You get the fruit. You get a little bit of heat. But overall, this is just an exceptional wine. Especially with Thanksgiving coming up, this will really pair well with the dark meat of a turkey, or if you have a spicy stuffing, that'll also go well. That's really good. Let's move on to our second wine here. This is a little bit of a leftover from our Halloween candy tasting. If you didn't make it to the tasting, what we did is we asked everyone who came in to bring in their leftover candy, steal from their kids, whatever, no big deal. And we paired it up with a lot of port. This one was the highlight of it. This is 2008 Fonseca late bottle vintage port, and you see here we have a little bit of chocolate that'll go well with it, and we're gonna just dive right in here. Let's give it ourselves a rinse. You think you know thick wine? Look at that. Look how that port just sticks to the glass. That is amazing. Now, sometimes you can see this in very high quality wines, but with port, you can pretty much see it all the time. And the reason is this is a big wine. It has brandy added to it. They call it aguardiente in Portugal, and what it is neutral grape spirits that they add to the fermentation process. There's a whole story. I'm not going to bore you with it right now. Let's just get into the wine and see how it smells. It has like a little bit, a hint of austerity to it. You still get a lot of fruit there, some plum, hint of raisin. If you like that Ripasso style of wine, you'd love this. And you get a little bit of sweetness, maybe a touch of chocolate and coffee also. Yeah, it follows through on the palate really well. And just to make sure it still pairs up well with the chocolate, we're going to take a bite here. And they just complement each other so well. This is an exceptional dessert wine. If you want to get into a dessert wine and you don't want something like a Sauterne or Vinsanto or late bottle Riesling, port wine is the way to go. It's something you just want to have, sit by the fire, relax, talk about your day, and know that the better part of the day is still on the way with this little wine. All right. That having been said, Dane, pan over to the board here, the big board. On Thursday, November 20th, these wines that you see listed up here, the types of varietals and whatnot, we're going to pair up for you in a Thanksgiving Day tasting. It's going to be from 7 to 9 o'clock. We're going to have between 10 and 15 wines. We're going to have a little bit of food to show you what we're talking about when we do that. And we're going to go from there. Real quick. All right. Real quick. People in Gamecock Land, don't lose faith. We might have lost last week, but we're not going to lose this week because we're not playing anyone. Anyway, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this. Come in and try these wines. They're well worth it. They're well priced, as everything is here, and we want you to come in and experience it. For any more information, you can go to viennawineoutlet.com or look for us on Facebook or Twitter @The Wine Outlet. You were just plugged in to The Wine Outlet.